The 25 members of the British Free Corps in Hildesheim were sent off to attract new members from POW camps. But not all of them were keen to help the recruiting drive.
What we did was travel about Germany, trying to get other people to join the Free Corps. But we did that, but we didn't even try to do anything. We just travelled and travelled and visited people, and naturally we palled up with young ladies and that kind of thing.
Even when they did deliver their recruiting leaflets, most prisoners of war treated them with utter contempt.
They were regarded a bit like comic cuts, I think. Come and join us and fight Bolshevism. You know, not the Russians, Bolshevism. The people who delivered them were so unpopular, they came round before Reveille in the morning and with a parcel still tied up, 20 leaflets, chucked in the door and bolted. People just picked them up and chucked them away. Put them on the fire if we had a fire, if we didn't, made a fire of them.
However, some POWs, like Yorkshire-born Robert Chipchase, did take the bait. The sole surviving member of the British Free Corps, he now lives in Kalamunda, near Perth in Australia. Today, he says he never joined the British Free Corps, but he didn't deny he was involved when we secretly filmed him.
I certainly was there, yes. I'm not denying it.
Did you know it was called the British Free Corps? Did they call it that?
Oh yes, of course I did. I knew it was, and British Free Corps, and I thought, pretty well, this would be interesting. What's it about?
You went to someplace Hildesheim.
Hildesheim?
Yeah, a monastery.
No. But I'm not going to say any more. I don't wish to talk about it.
And so you never put on German uniform?
I don't wish to talk about it any further.
Well, that's not true, and in fact, in the files here is an extract from his statement describing the few days that he spent at Hildesheim, describing the fact that he put on the uniform, describing the fact that he took money from them.
I was in a prison camp there, and I was on my own, and I just came along, and I thought, well, I thought I was going to go and do something, British Free Corps, and fight for the British Free Corps, but doing something behind the lines and joining something, a unit there, which these people, whoever they were, the Germans, the two young people came, not in uniform. But I mean, I don't wish to go into all these details.
One detail Robert Chipchase did remember was meeting Thomas Cooper.
He's an Englishman. We could speak German very well, and he loved it. He loved it, told me all about people in the SS, and how he was in the, what's the name, death camps, and going there and helping them to work there. He was a very hard, tough, bitter sort of a person.
After D-Day in 1944, there were few new recruits like Chipchase. SS headquarters was dissatisfied.
I do remember that he came up one day and he said, well, if this doesn't go on and no volunteers, so we'll have to do conscription. And I just, well, I wasn't amused at all.
Mm. Well, it wouldn't have worked.
I said, that's very silly. Are you a defeatist? You know. And that was about the point my friend Riedweg sort of said, you better move on somewhere else.
At this stage, there was a rethink in the SS headquarters about what was happening. Blame for the lack of recruits, rather ridiculously, was placed on Captain Röpke. He was fired and sent off to join the SS Special Forces. And instead, the idea is now they're going to move the British Free Corps to Dresden, to the Pioneer Training Centre, where they'll train them as assault pioneers and just use them as combat soldiers.
At Dresden, the British Free Corps were trained to use explosives and flamethrowers. But some of the Germans training alongside them were more used to fighting the British. SS officer Werner Zolter arrived at Dresden from fighting against the 8th Army in Italy.
In October 1944, after I'd been fighting on the front in Italy, I came to Dresden and was stationed in the pioneer barracks of the Waffen-SS. To my amazement, I found there were several SS men there who only spoke English. We saw how they drilled with the English orders and typical English marching. Legs up high and all that. That's when we knew that they must really be English. We found out afterwards that they were men of the British Free Corps.
In January 1945, the British Free Corps reached its peak strength. A total of 27 men recruited from 150,000 British and Commonwealth prisoners of war. But while stationed in Dresden, the turncoats saw with their own eyes the way the war was going for Germany.
We were 20 miles away when we heard bombers. 3 raids were made on Dresden, and we were asked to go and help with the cleaning up. Hiroshima was nothing on the bombing of Dresden.
About a week after the firestorm, the British Free Corps were arrested en masse. There was some suggestion that they might be spies or agents. They weren't, but it was suggested that they might be. They were thrown in chokey, and that was the end of their period in Dresden.
But worse was to follow. Released from jail, they were ordered into battle on the Eastern Front. The Union Jack and the swastika would fly together in the last-ditch defense of the fatherland.